Okay, is this thing on? Alright, cool. Everything's working like it's supposed to. Alright, so I got the issue I had yesterday figured out. I got space laid out for 60 blenders. I'm gonna just, place my refineries inside that space. I should have plenty of space for it. Um, I did a little bit more work overall, so it's grown pretty considerably. Doing some work offline for it. So let's get back into it. So I went ahead and added in the petroleum coke, and oh, whoops! I need one more shred line. I missed that one. Okay, so I added in the petroleum coke, and I added in all the pipe work for the heavy oil residue, and I added in the water extractors for the water required for the um, residual rubber, and I set the residual rubber into sinks so that they can sink when they, you know, run too much. This way I will always have flow for heavy oil and polymer resins. They won't get backed up on each other. At least that's the idea anyway. So anyways, let's go ahead and add this next shred line and then get started on the next part. Not pressing the shortcut. I don't understand why I keep taking clips. Oops. There we go. All right. Now petroleum coke is going where it needs to. Each belt runs at 660. Technically, it only runs at 480 right now because reasons. One of these belts completely doesn't work at all because I have one belt of polymer resin that isn't even being made at all until I unlock the stuff. The next phase, the well pressurizers. Damn. My brain is just not on today. Tired. Probably going to be another short stream. But we'll see. Let's at least get the fuel to going. We'll figure out where I'm going from there. Alright. I need water. Lots of water. Let's see, I've got 2720 if I'm remembering my numbers properly. Yeah, 2720, so I need double that. 5440. No, 600. So 10. Great. Okay. I need 50? No way. It's 10 lines. 10 lines of 5. I need 50 water extractors? Are you kidding me? Jeez. Okay, so we're gonna... Where do I want to put this water? I think I'm gonna put my extractors on this side over here, and then just run my water pipes either alongside my heavy oil or run it in the opposite direction. Jeez. What I'm going to do is 5 lines of 10. I've got plenty of room for water to go this way. Okay. Hopefully I don't run into the issue that I had in the swamp where the ground falls out from underneath them. It's 3 lines. 3, 4. Wait, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. That's too small. Pretty sure that's too small. Maybe it's the right size. Okay, that's the right size. Which means this should be the last one I need to place right here. So it's perfect. Okay. Cool. Three, four, five. 5 lines of 10 is what I need. That gives me 10 pipes running at 600. It gives me about 600 water over. Literally exactly 560 water over what I need. That line's done. Alright, sweet. So much water extraction. All this for what's left of my heavy oil residue. Dang. But I didn't leave enough room to run pipes. So I'm gonna have to stack them. Either that or just move it down one. I should have plenty of room now. Okay. Oh, I like this better anyway. This works better. I off the ledge yet? No, it's over there. Cool. So I'm still good. Okay. I have 50 power hookups. Dang it. This place is going to require so much power to run. And I'm not going to be able to run any of it right now, am I? Let's see. I'm making turbo fuel. I know that. I'm using the blenders for the turbo fuel too, which means I can't even make power from this place. Oh, it's a good thing I looked at that. The turbo blend recipe requires heavy oil residue. I placed entirely too much water extraction. Whatever. I'll delete it later. I only needed 1,000 water, not 6,000 water. At least I think, anyway. No, I needed more than that. I had to have. Okay, hang on. I didn't mark this. Space elevator notes. There's 2,700 oil on site, 390. Oh, well, there's my issue. 390 of that oil is used to make diamonds directly. I've already screwed up really bad. Even my notes are wrong. Okay, so we're gonna just continue doing what we're doing here. and then I'll fix my math. Because I'm going to need water no matter what, and this is the most amount of water I'll need, so... I could just make this the water extraction location. Instead of this just being marked for fuel. Okay, let's check this out now. How much water do I need? I need 6,600 water. So I actually need to add, not subtract. I can't make diamonds yet. How do I make these oil diamonds? Oil-based diamonds. That's under quantum technology. Made in the particle accelerator. Okay. I need room for 2 particle accelerators. That's it. And I'm using 390 of that, so this pipe right here, this whole line goes away. That's my room for my particle accelerators right there. Now this one stays. $390, huh? It's 210. It's 7. Oops. And now I have an ugly pipe sitting here. Great. Okay. Now this pipe goes away entirely. That pipe is now running at 280, not 400. And this pipe is now on the outer edge, which isn't bad. Valve is set to 80. This one runs at 320. Oh, match made in heaven. Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Okay, I gotta combine those two. Just straight up. I gotta combine these two pipes. That's gonna make my life way easier. Perfect. This now gives me 4 pipes running at 600. Correct? I'm gonna say yes. Why do I need heavy oil residue, though? It's saying I need 1780 heavy oil residue. The hell is using it? Turbo fuel uses it. Regular fuel uses it. It's not used there. It's not used in any of the space elevator parts directly. I know that. It's not used in advanced refinement recipes. Oh, duh. No, that I've already removed that from the equation. But it's not mathed out. That's the thing. I may have okay. It's fine. That's where my other heavy oil residue goes. Yeah, okay. So my oil goes into diamonds over there. I don't like that, but whatever. Factory's getting messy. I was keeping it clean for a minute, but it's getting messy already. So diamond production is right here. God, I love blueprints. Which means this is now massively uneven. I'll load balance that in a minute. I got another issue to deal with. Okay, so I've got 2,400 heavy oil residue here. That's just sitting here because I've taken my 880 out of that. So all that's left of my heavy oil residue is being turned into fuel because, yeah. Let's look at my oil production just to make sure. With this math that's on here, 1725 is how much oil I'm going to be consuming. Minus 390 for oil diamonds. That's 1335, which should be turned into heavy oil residue. Yes, that's it. Okay, so all of what's remaining gets turned into heavy oil residue, which just happens to math out perfectly to 2,400 somehow. $23.10. No, there's no way. 77. Yeah, no. Oh, 3080. Okay, okay, hang on. 2,200. So where'd I math wrong then? Oh, these aren't running at 600. They're running at 400, duh. Which means these aren't running at 280 and 320. God, I'm just so tired. I'm not thinking straight at all. My brain is fried today. God. No, I was right. 7 times 40 is 280. 10 times 40 is 400. Minus 80 is 320. I was right. So that's 320 plus 280. I was right there. Those come up to 600. So I have 2 pipes running, 3 pipes running at 400, 1 pipe running at 600. It's 1,200. Oh, this doesn't make any sense. I'm losing stuff here. Besides my mind, I am losing my freaking mind is what I'm doing. $77. It's 3080. Okay. It's 2,200 is how much I should be producing. I did something dumb somewhere. I'm missing fuel somewhere. Ha! Missed a pipe. This isn't the pipe that does it. Which means all these pipes need to scooch. You to 80. Okay. That does that, but now this is weird. No, I can't put a valve on that. Alright, so that's 4. Okay, now let's get some valves to prevent it from backfilling. Jeez. And I put these too far this way on top of all of the things all of the mistakes I just made. Okay, but at the very least, I now have this figured out. So I just gotta move these pipes this way so I can run them right here. I just gotta scooch them all this way. I have 5 pipes. 1 running at 600, 4 running at 400. Thank God. Okay. I just need to flag the 600 pipe. But I have no valves in this configuration. So we're gonna do this. So I have space for valves. My God, I barely have space for valves. Okay. Alright, so these 4 pipes run at 400 respectively. These 2 pipes, this 1 pipe now runs at 600 right down the center. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take this and we're going to pop it. Yeah, okay. For aesthetics, this is gonna go like this. Okay. Alright, game, you win. We'll do this the not so cool way. I am not thinking straight right now. Oh my god, my brain is just absolutely freaking fragged. Good lord. Okay. Done. 5 pipes, now going this way. I could have easily moved this junction further down. And then I wouldn't be encroaching on this space, but you know what? I don't care. I'm tired. 2200 divided by 50. That's enough for 44. That is a way smaller footprint than I planned. I'm good. Yeah, planning for 48 in that case is a whole 12 smaller than what I had planned. So I only need a 32 area, 32 by 32 instead of a 40 by 32. Perfectly square area. Okay. Okay. That's fine. This can sit just like this. Alright. So now we've got our pipage coming out and doing its thing. 2200. Label it. Label this bastard right now. Alright. I know better than to do this next step, but I'm going to do it anyway. Let's fix our polymer resin issue. I have a total of 27 machines on this one. Got this 20 being split into two 10s. That's fine. So that's 17 on this far one. Maybe I should turn this into a smart splitter. No, I want it split evenly. So that's 17. That's 340. Yikes. Now, those two will flow perfectly fine like that. This third one, however, will not. 340 divided by 40 is enough for 8.5. So it runs at 50%. I now have a gap here. I do not like that I have a gap here. But it is fine. It's an aesthetics gap. Alright, that wasn't so bad. But now I need to mark that. This belt runs at 170. That means this is a Mark III belt, not a Mark IV. We're gonna run this as a Mark III so I don't forget it. Now this is 12. It's 15. It's 300. Okay, I have these labeled now. I won't forget. Friggin' better not. Okay, so that is considerably more heavy oil residue being manufactured than I had originally planned for. All of this needs to be turned into fuel. It leaves me with 4,400 fuel. $55 machines to get this. Okay, so I have a total of 4,400 fuel. That's 550 residual rubber. What? No. Oh, right, because I actually have more residual rubber than that because I technically have more heavy oil residue than that. I'm just consuming it. Okay. Okay, so we've got a rubber input, 450. That leaves me with 100 rubber remaining, so we're just going to pretend that rubber doesn't exist. And that gives me 900 plastic. Then I put 550 plastic in, and I get 1,100 rubber out. And that gives me all the plastic I need and all the rubber I need without me having to. Okay. Yeah, so my residual rubber is just gone. Just boom, shredded. That's what it's supposed to do. It's out of the way. So residual rubber goes in, goes done, dead, turned into plastic at a rate of 900, and then 550 that gets turned into that. The remaining 350 plastic gets consumed. Okay, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. So I only need 1,000 fuel for that. So that leaves me with 3,400 fuel in total. That 3,400 fuel is actually 1,700 heavy oil residue. So I've got 1,700 heavy oil residue remaining. To make 480 turbo fuel, it requires 400 heavy oil residue. Oh shit, but it also requires Petroleum coke. God, this recipe is complicated. It's a solid recipe, it's just complicated. My math is just all off now. I knew it would be with this, with 3 different components taking heavy oil residue. I have excess heavy oil. I have 1,700 heavy oil sitting in reserve that I don't have anything to do with right now. I can convert this to as much petroleum coke as I desire. So that's 80. Oh. Oh shit. It's 1-to-1. So it's 80 fuel for that 240 petroleum coke. It it looks weird, but it actually maths out easy. It's 1-to-1. So subtracting that I have too much petroleum coke production now, we're going to go ahead and zero that out. Zero out the fuel production. And now that zeroes out to where it's supposed to be at 800 heavy oil residue. That leaves me with... Okay, so I need exactly 800 heavy oil residue. So that means I don't have to do this. Which means I don't have to do any of this. And I don't need those 2 machines on this opposite end right here either. So I don't need my balancer that I set up for these either. Okay. Because I only need 800 coke. And I need that 800 coke for a mix of... Not 800 coke, fucking... I need 2,400 coke, but... I need that coke to go to... ingots and more ingots. Okay. Okay. Holy shit. Okay, so it's 1-to-1. That's so good. This is a new favorite recipe of mine. So with it being 1-to-1 like that, I removed the flag on here. This is running at 280. The other one was running at 320. Now it's running at 400. So I've got 5 lines running at 400. It's 2,000. I could have just added 80. God, I am so tired. This energy drink is not helping me. That's okay. Because now I have my number. 2,280 turbo fuel. Let's go. And that is all the power generation I'm going to need for a long time. That is 76,000 megawatts. That is more than enough to power this facility. Okay. Cool shit. Wait, I'm still wrong, but I do have a better idea because I still need 1,000 fuel. Yeah, I still need 1,000 fuel for my rubber recycler. That's why I had 1,000 fuel listed on there. Okay. So that's 1280 turbo fuel is how much I have available to me. It's 42,000 megawatts. That's fine. Wow. But since all of these, except for that one scrub line, are now running at appropriate speeds, yeah, that's just gonna do it. We're gonna commit to this. Get this pipe out of my way so it doesn't confuse me. We will delete these machines too. Just get all this crap out of the way. Which means those belts are running at 600 a minute instead of 660. That's fine. Okay. So 800 of that is being consumed. That's perfectly fine. $22.80 is what I have. Okay. So at $22.80, all that, we're gonna drop a save. I'll understand what that means. I won't actually, but yeah, whatever. Alright. I have been streaming for an hour and 15 minutes and I haven't even started on fuel production. Wow, I've literally done nothing for the last hour. That's spectacular. For now, all of that needs to be converted into fuel, period, because I don't have those recipes. So really, I'm trying to future solve a problem here. But anyways, this will be turned into my turbo fuel production facility, and I'll end up using that as my input for my sulfur and stuff like that. I'll just run it right across everything, just right through here along this highway. All right, my brain's starting to kind of turn on a little bit. It's chugging. Residual fuel, 60 per minute. Okay, 400 divided by 60. That's, gross numbers. Damn it. Gross. It's 40 divided by 3. 13.3333. Okay. It consumes 40. Okay. Yeah, because it's 360 divided by 60 is 6. That's the 7th. Okay. I'm not going to bother putting in a blueprint for this. This is all temporary anyway. Don't care if it's a big project or not. Oops. No, I need it purple. I need purple. My brain is fried. Had a long day at work today. Which is why I should probably be checking my phone. Oh, okay. To the orange zone with you. plenty of room. Let's just continue this. Just like this. I don't want to get too carried away, but I have plenty of room, so maybe I will just go ahead and get carried away. I'll be right back. Break time. Alright, I returned. Let's get back to this. We're just gonna run this pipe because pipes are sexy. So we're just gonna run this around the entire facility. Just loop-a-doop it. Now, with the exception of the 1,025 machines. Okay, so 25 machines to get that. I didn't bother checking how many machines I have here. It's 38. That's not bad. Especially considering I'm just dealing with a single power plug and a single and two pipes. Like, there's no reason to blueprint that. Oh, whoops. One doesn't go there. Hmm. Yes, pipes are still sexy, but I had a better idea, so we're gonna run it the other way too. Because that's gonna come in handy. 280 divided by 60 is 4.66. Okay, so it's leaving 40. Okay, so I still followed the same rule that I did before. $240 divided by 60 is 4, so I just need to put 4 more. That's perfect. Absolutely perfect. Oh my god. I love it. Oh, you do have just a wee bit of trickle in you, don't you? You shouldn't, though. Maybe you should. Yeah, no. You shouldn't have any trickle in you. It's because I connected you earlier. We're gonna purge you. Purge. Why is my whole fluid network purging? You're not linked. Stop acting like you're linked. I'm so confused. Whatever. All this crap will fill up on its own eventually. Okay. Let's do the other side. I'm gonna scoot you over right here. That's perfect. That gives me plenty of room to run fuel pipes. Yeah, I didn't lose count. Awesome. Okay. Dry throat. I hate this weather. 7, 8. Done. Okay. This is 26.667. It's 20. That's not even a full Mark 3. So Mark 1. So we're gonna go ahead and just do this. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually, I could do all 14 into a single 600 pipe and then just call that good. Yeah, okay. Six, 667. 533.334. Okay. I'm doing the thing. I'm running out of pipe again. I mean, out of copper sheeting. I can't believe I've already burnt through all the copper sheeting I brought. My god. Okay, so that's 14 on that end. So we're gonna do the same thing on this side. This next one is 266.667 plus 26.667. Plus what was it? 160? Yeah, 40, 80, 120, 160. 453.334. I didn't write that down. I am just barely too short on fuel to do my factory properly. Considering everything else wants to run like a little bitch, I'm fine with that, honestly. Yeah. Because it's just barely not enough fuel, so what I'll probably do is just throw a loop or two into the loop. Yeah, we'll loop the system and get it rounded up, whoa, to a nice even thou. Short by 14 units of fuel. So we just do ka-dunk, and there. Now I've got plenty of fuel. And actually, that brings the total up to 5 instead of 4, so it's closer to the other one too. Okay, so this pipe goes straight into fuel generation. This pipe and this pipe go into the rubber recycler. So these two pipes, I should have wrapped it around the other direction, like I originally planned on. Alright, so we'll take these two pipes in this direction. We'll just throw them underground like I did before. Oh, my rubber is right here, actually. Oh, hell yeah. We'll throw over this pipe and throw them up here. Excuse me, or next to it, one of the two. And then I can go throw them into my recycler. different one. Well, it's time for fuel generation. Bam! Power's on. Oh. The way I have this set up, though, yeah. It's dependent on the, what you call it, the well instead of the node. Which means that there's no heavy oil generation at all for this side. Not yet, anyway. Yeah. Okay, now I need to fix this. Remove that pole. It's 390, so this is 90. Okay. So that's 300. That's 90. I have it upside down. All right, we're gonna fix that. Right now it's 06. Perfect. All right, we'll just for this one, I don't know. I'll know what that means. Okay, so we got that. These are chugging along, doing their thing. Kinda. It figures that the ones I choose for, the hell? Why are you all off? Why are you on standby? Is it because you're not burning through your... You're not burning through it. We're gonna flush the system and let it rebuild. However much fuel I have here is just what I'm gonna deal with. Because I'm gonna end up ripping it all out anyway and starting over, so it's just temporary. I'm gonna take my loops back because these aren't gonna be used. Yeah, okay, so it's just these 14 combined with these 14 to give me what I need. $1,066.668 is exactly the amount of fuel I need to do the next part. We're gonna ignore these. And just run both of these pipes in this direction and use them for my stuff. That's not what I want. I did the wrong color. I guess that's just what I'm gonna get though. That's fine. Like I said, it's temporary. No reason to make this all sexified. It's just gonna go away in like 2 days after this is built anyway. Alright. Fuel production is done. Mostly. I have 0 power production at this facility, and I don't like that, but it is what it is. This is my Mark III built. Alright. Let's get this shit away from all of this. This is where I'll put my recycler. Now my recycler is actually going to be permanently installed, so I need to be aware of that fact. Hey, Delta. Okay, first round is 15 machines. Okay. I have 770 rubber per minute coming out right here. So we're gonna go ahead and I only need 450. The rest of it's getting shredded. So we're gonna take these two. I'm gonna ignore this line altogether and just let it shred. Because this is my excess that I don't need. Alright. I need 15 machines, huh? Start it here. Or not start it there. Start it here. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Expand. Whoops. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, this is recycled plastic is the first run. Okay, now this takes 30 out of 300. That's 10. So the last 5 is where this goes. But I'm gonna go ahead and combine it since I've got room on the belt. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm gonna combine it right here. Perfect. Now, why the hey aren't you getting any rubber down the belt? Where's the rubber going? It must be clogged up with heavy oil residue or something. Whatever. Okay, so that's 450. That's one pipe, more or less. And that gives me 900 plastic. Okay. And then I need to put in 550. I missed that one. Okay, that is my 2 belts running at 450 each. Now I need 550, that's 18.33 machines to give me 1100 rubber output. Now we're going to put one machine right here. But we're going to leave some space because it requires fuel and rubber outputs. This is recycled rubber recipe now. And this is a merger. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right. Now, this middle one needs to be set to 33%. I want 1100 rubber output. What about 18? That's really that. Oh, right, because duh. I needed to do this. I am tired. 1080, so this one needs to be set to 20. Duh, I knew that. Okay. So, smart splitter right here. The smart splitter right there. This is overflow. This is any and any. This is overflow. This is any and any. Is that really how I want that working? Yeah. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Alright, now let's make this even more complicated. Okay, so these two mergers split off into here. I need to merge them, though. into a single belt. So what I'm going to do here, I'll put that merger up top. We're going to do this. And then this is going to be overflow. This is going to be overflow. Okay. That's going to give me a belt heading back this way. Just like this. And this is my belt holding plastic. I still don't know where I'm putting the factory itself. I just know that this is where I'm putting the oil side of it. Petroleum coke is right here. Plastic is right here. The rubber is right here. I say my train station goes right there. And I call it good. And then everything else beyond that is power. So there's my train station right there. Okay. Cool, so I'm not going very far with it. So this stays right here, just like that. Oh, jeez. Yeah, all of my petroleum coke is going to come over here and run this way. That's what I'm going to do. And I'll run my rubber and plastics this way too. And the train will probably go right here. And I'll probably put the aluminum train right there on the other side of it. Okay. It'll be a double train stop. Because I'm not exporting fuels. I'm not exporting fluids or anything. It's just those products are being exported, and that is the petroleum coke for the factory. I color code these bitches. Temporary or not, I'm going to put a little bit of flair to it, so we're going to color code these too. Okay, so far this is my biggest factory for this run. I have done much bigger, but be gone, bot. know what I'm gonna do here. And I'm gonna hate it, but I'm also gonna like it at the same time. Why? Why are these not... Oh, that's infuriating. What the hell? I mean, I know these are just temporary, but still, that's just annoying. Those should be changing color based on the other pipe things. Oh. Oh god, I have to manually line these up. Maybe I don't want to do it this way. Yeah, I do. It is giving me a guide, it's just a really shit one. This should make it to the other end, right? Right here? It should stretch that far. It might not. Dang. Oh. Oh no. What is this? Oh, you know what? We're not gonna do that. It gets in the way. There we go. Fixed. Let's get rid of these crappy supports. Gross. There we go. There. Now we're gonna do a naughty here. We're gonna take this next pipe. We're gonna run it along like we did with this one. We're gonna plug them all in, and then we're gonna take this one and plug it in on the other side. That's what we're gonna do. Why? Why do you have to line up perfectly? That's so mean. Because you're not gonna do it right. You're gonna be weird. What? I think I'm okay with that. Slurp. Um, yeah, I didn't think that would bend like that. That's way too curvy. Bam. Alright, that'll work. And again, this fuel system is temporary. Like, yeah, this is how I'm gonna send it out with all of this, but I'm gonna end up redoing all of this, so I'm not too concerned about how it'll look right now. So we're just gonna place these as best we can. Remind myself that there's nothing more permanent than a temporary solution. The chances of me coming back here to actually do something with that turbo fuel are growing slimmer and slimmer by the day. This actually doesn't look that bad. Okay. Now the fun part, because I was stupid and placed all of these first. I have a DM. Who is messaging me? Okay, now this one will be 2 belts. So we split the 19th refinery into 2, just like we did last time. The walkway over the top of that. We're just gonna fill in the gap, add some depth by putting that floor there. Okay. The only thing I need to do now is bring power over. Which, like, I'm gonna do right here. Boop. Powered. Perfect. Now, where the heck did I bring that through? Oh, right here. Because we're going to do it right here, too. And, alright. Powered. I'm actually kind of fucking with that. Alright. Now, the way I have this set up, it's going to take exactly 1,000 fuel to do what I want to do, which is interesting. Yeah, it takes 10. This takes, it's 15. That's 450, so 550 fuel on this line, right? Because I'm consuming 550 plastic. Okay, so 550 plastic is being consumed here. Now I need to fix my issues that I have here going on. I have 1,200 of this stuff being produced. There's 600 on each line. Okay. I have 2,400 of it being produced. Right. Okay, so that's going to be a bottleneck until I can get rid of that. So I got that as a bottleneck, causing flow rate issues for some of it until I can get that going again. And then I've got this being a bottleneck too. The rest of it. But ultimately what I need to do is come through and flush everything to get it running again. And that'll get it mostly running, but not entirely running. Now I've got 4 belts here. We're just gonna run these 4 belts to this point right here. And this will allow me to get all this stuff out of the way. And then I can go through and do the same thing with my rubber and my plastic. Alright. Let's haul this plastic out of here. This might be a problem. I might not have any plastic production because of how my factory is acting all screwy. I should have plastic production. I should have most of my plastic production. We're gonna do a smart thing. We're gonna think ahead here. Excuse me. Because unless I can fix my flow rate issues with my petroleum coke belt, I am going to be in trouble. So we're gonna set this up as a mid-split run this over to a fifth thingamabob. Yeah, exactly 5. Okay. And the problem is these belts are so saturated, there's no way they're going to flow 100% properly, but maybe they will. I choose to believe they will flow properly. Okay. I now have not enough running this way. I ran a 5th belt to shred when I could have ran that 5th belt to load. I still can, I just gotta put another smart splitter. There we go. 5 belts of pet coke. Okay, now that I've got this installed, I should be fine. Machines shouldn't be stacking up any. I just gotta clear them out the first time. A lot of petroleum coke just being thrown. Okay. Okay. That should burn off my excess heavy oil residue. But to keep this flowing, I now need to shred my plastic and rubber lines, which can just come right here and do that. hold on, hold on, hold on. We haven't even gotten to the rest of the ore extraction or the rest of the factory. This is just straight up oil production. And as much as I love oil production, it's not what I need done. Okay, that's done. Now we're gonna do this. It goes literally right over it. Perfect. No clipping, no clipping. Yeah, no clipping. That's good enough. Okay. Alright. Get configured. That's better. But once again, I'm having that issue where these are running way higher than they need to. I need 1100, and I'm using Mark IV belts, so I can only have 780. That's 940, sorry, not 780. Or is it 920? It's 960. Oh, Jesus. Right, shredders are activated. It's still not enough shred, though. But it'll be good enough once I activate my Mark V belts, which is going to be like the first thing I unlock, so... It's good enough to at least make it limp along. Once again, I wish I had priorities. What was it that they said? It was the top one gets priority over the bottom one? When merging in, but going out, it should be the top one has the least priority. We're just gonna throw 4 on here. And I'm not even gonna bother really hooking them up to the power grid. I just want them to burn fuel. Thousand megawatts? 1,000 megawatts. I'll leave it off the grid for now, but maybe I'll add it later. This is just temporary, so it's just there to burn. It's just there to help burn. If I end up with a fuel deficit, I'll turn them off, but for now they're going to stay on there just to help burn off the excess. Alright, I'm enjoying these flow rates. This is looking solid. Okay. But this might be solid flow rates because the machines are backed up. So I really won't know my true flow rates until they all empty. Logistics. Do I have one of those? I do have a throughput monitor. Okay. Uh-huh. That's what I thought. They're running at full speed. Yeah, the machines are just full. Those calculate. Yeah, okay. Those are running at 480. That's fine. They can run at 480 for now. It's just... Honestly, if these dip below 480, I have a problem. If this runs at 350, I'm okay. As long as this runs above 350 and these run at 480, I'll be fine. Yeah, because I'm going to have these do the same thing. Okay, so we've got some shred lines set up. These are permanent installations. We've got petroleum coke set up with an additional shred line. We've got our fuel taken care of. That's a lot of refinery just for this. But I'm liking the way this factory's coming out, though. And I didn't use any of that water I put in. Oh, right. Diamonds need to come over. Right, I need to bring diamonds over. What else was it I was going to have problems with? Oh, right, sulfur. Okay, so I need to bring a diamond belt over. I'll go ahead and do that. I need to plan for it. How much diamond am I building again? Quantum diamonds. 78 diamonds. That's it. Okay. Alright, so we're just going to put this belt right here. So this is a Mark II, and then just run it. Maybe not down the center, though, because what if I end up needing to do other stuff? We're going to run it off to the side. Holy shit, this is a long belt. But I wanted this belt out of the way of, well, pretty much everything. So it's gonna go this way. Okay, what was it I needed to bring for my turbo fuel? Sulfur? I'm making petroleum coke on that side, so that's fine. It's just the sulfur I need to bring over. Yeah, fuel, heavy oil residues, sulfur, and petroleum coke. Okay, so 3 of those items are coming in the form of heavy oil residue. So it's literally just one. Okay. There, that's the last belt of my oil facility ran. Good lord. Now I can just trim the excess off once I get this station built in. And I get an idea of how big this footprint really is. It's pretty freaking big. That's gonna be a good size factory, but I'm gonna put trains in the middle of it. This shit's gonna be good. Alright. Oil finished. Alright, that's a stop for today. I am tired. We accomplished what I wanted to accomplish. Now I can hop off of here and go enjoy my new year. Have a good one, everyone.